Hi there. I wanted to do a process on becoming curious learner, becoming a curious learner. It's like, oh, that is what we want. I'm working with another group, and this is what we're putting on focus for the week, is being a curious learner as we work a new book, and we're trying it a new way. And so this video. I promised I would do an anchor on curious learning, becoming a curious learner, and so that's what I'm doing here. The steps that we're going to walk through is to, one, know what we want, like go for a choice, like what is it that we would want, and here, like, we're going to frame it inside of, like, I choose to be a curious learner. I choose to be a curious learner. And so when you say those words, notice the feeling of them. And so when we notice the feeling, means to step into this feeling, to grow this feeling. What would it be like? What would it feel like? And what would you be doing? This can be difficult for many because our conditioning is that we have to have something before we can feel it. And we are unaware of this blindness. And this is an aspect, this is us giving our power away. But it's like, when we step into a curious learner, how would you know? How would you know you were being this? That you were having this? And just notice the resistance that you have to it, and just note it, just put it off to the side. We're going to come back to it in step 3. Just now, what we're doing is like, what would it feel like to have this? And so many of our goals have the end result, the words to it, but they are missing the feeling, the emotion of what would it feel like to have that. And this is the fuel to our creations. This is the fuel to our productivity. And so when we can get everyone in alignment to having this end result, let's say it's a curious learner today, and we allow everyone to create how that would be for them through their feeling, through their experience, and visualizing, putting it into the future, what it would be like when we got that, when we had that. What would it be like? And all you're doing is teaching your unconscious, the one that is responsible for all the action, for the emotions, that it's safe to have that. It's safe to be that. It's safe to that. And because you're sharing with it what it would be like. And the more that you can do this, the more you will have these feelings. And so when we do an anchor, we're going to put it on our wrist today. Actually, let's do something else because I'm doing other ones. Just grab your knuckle. Grab your pinky knuckle. We're going to do our pinky knuckle. Just grab it like this with one of your hands. And remember this one. This is your curious learner. When I tell you to put your anchor on, you're going to grab the pinky of your hand with one hand with the other. And what we're going to do is we're going to grow this feeling. We're going to amplify the intensity, the magnitude of this feeling for you with your anchor on. Take your anchor off and bring the feeling back down, break out of it. And we're going to do this twice. And then the third time, you're going to test it. And the energy, the amount of energy you put into this, the focus, the commitment, the quieting, the attention that you put on doing this will be the results that you see. And so you can use any word, any statement, as long as it's in a true choice what you want. But today we're going to use curious learner. I choose. So say to yourself, say out loud, I choose to be a curious learner. And so just close your eyes and refreshingly, hopefully, and relaxingly drop into being this. I choose allows it to not be permanent, to be flexible, to be just right in the moment as the best. And just feel the words. This is just a demonstration. How would you know when you have this? What would you be doing, saying, experiencing? And when you have it, put your anchor on. When you're feeling it, when you can feel this feeling, it should be joy, amplitude, it should be growth. It should feel really good. Just continue to grow this. And just think about curiosity. What does it mean to be curious? Wonder, excitement. Are you excited about learning? Yeah. Are you excited about what's possible? Excited about what you can bring in and what you can change, how you can improve, right? What can become better? What can become new? What is now possible as a curious learner? Take your anchor off and just come on back to the now. Come on back to the now. How's your week been? How was last week? Just notice what your now is. Just kind of breaking out of that, out of it again. And then we're going to go back into it, build it up again, and then come back out, and then you can test it on the next one. So just kind of what isn't working out this week? Where has been your attention? What has been your dominant feeling this week? Was it that one? Good. Let's step back into it. So it's like think about a curious learner. Yeah. Go back into it again. Go back into, just quiet your head, your thinking brain, close your eyes. Just become relaxed, hopeful, and refreshing. There you go. Just kind of bathe in that. And think about all the curiosity learning. You are a curious learner. Notice the picture, the feeling, what you're doing. Put your anchor on. And just know how you can have more of this. What can you be doing? What else could you be doing? And just see all the things that have you doing it, being it, like a curious learner, all the places that you could go, all the things yet to explore, yet to bring into this world, bring in and create, like, oh, all the possibilities that are there. Thinking about growth, about amplitude, about sharing with others, helping others, growing others, finding their full potential, you finding, blossoming into your full potential as a curious learner. Just see what's all possible. Take your anchor off and just come on back down to the moment. Just notice how the emotions, can you feel the emotions growing, amplifying, getting bigger, and then coming back down to just the moment, to the present, to right now. See, many people have a resistance to making a bunch of money. It's like, when I have all my money, when I have all my money, then I can enjoy my life. That is an unresolvable pattern. Working hard to be miserable and not even knowing that that was the pattern. Just a belief that a child put in the way of coping with what it saw in the moment. Notice that through the resistance. That's what we're doing here. So imagine, step back into your creative learner. So you are curious. You are a curious learner. Just however you get into it now, just notice how you get into it. Put your anchor on. Curious learner. Notice what's there for you now with this anchor. Use this anytime that you want to feel this, anytime that, or for the group, we're going to be anytime you work this book, join in the chat, like put your anchor on. Get the feeling, get into the feeling, and then ask, like, what do I want? What do I do? What's there for me? And listen to what shows up. Notice your patterns. What do you automatically want to do? And is that what you would choose? And just see what shows up. Like, what's different as a curious learner? Talk soon.